Hello, good day, and welcome to Scotland. I made this tea in my kettle. I didn't make it in one of the stoves. So I'm going to do a second review of the fire maple little pot, this little petrel. I think that's the name of it, a fire maple. It'll be in the listing what it is. Fire maple. It's on Amazon all the time for about 23 quid, and it comes down to 18 and 19, and it weighs a whopping, what is that, 166 grams, about 138 without the lid, and with the lid on, 166 grams. So it has those, lots of people showed you those, is that they just cut those sections out, so it sits on a three-pronged stove. Quality-wise, it's as good as anything. Very lightweight, easy, nice insulated handle. It's strong, does the job, and cost-wise, brilliant for taking around everywhere, nice and light for the town, for up the camping, car camping, whatever you want to use it for. Now, I made a choice not to buy the fire maple Buzz or the fire maple stove, which I think is the Hornet 2, because it's fiddly, it's light. I have got one I'm giving someone as a gift, but I paid an extra tenner, I think, and I bought this Polaris, which has the protection for the wind. You know, this bit here where the wind stops blowing it out. It has really heavy duty, strong stainless steel legs, which go up and they lock into place in a little indentation, and they just perfectly go into three positions, and they go into that stove. Really well made. I can't really see any huge problem with it. It seems considerably solid and robust, and it only weighs 79 grams. That's heavy compared to some ultralight stoves, but I would rather have something which is easy to put up and down and is solid and will last a long time. But the fact that it's a regulated stove means you can use it anywhere, anytime, up the mountains, freezing conditions, and it should be better for you regulating your gas going through. So that's highly recommended, this little stove, rather than spending loads of money on the MSR stoves. You know that there's another complicated one with a clip-on thing. That they're all good, but this was simplicity, and it really does. It goes right inside this petrel. I'm not really trying to sell you this. I'm just trying to say I looked at all the options, and I've had lots of these stoves over the years. And as far as lightweightness and your bag goes, I use these in town actually when I'm working. And if you can just look at that, and you can just look at the way that this then goes in to those things there. Now it's slightly off center because there is some malformation in the way they cut these things out, but it doesn't make any difference to the thing. It goes in, and it is extremely robust, and it holds on. It can wobble about and does, but it doesn't slide off the way some stoves do. But look how far up there it goes. And I discovered a little secret. If you want to be lazy, and this is just a little secret, and you want to quickly have a brew, what you do is don't even bother opening the legs all the way. Don't bother doing that, wasting your time lifting the legs up. Instead, just put them up. This is going to sound crazy, but I'm just going to show you this, that you can still use this stove without the legs even extended properly. They'll still hold that stove in place. They'll give you a brew without even fully opening the stove. Even in that position, there is enough. And it actually puts the stove further up inside and protects it from the wind even more. And I've made a brew or two with that, and it's amazing. But the lazy thing about it is you don't even need to put the legs all the way up. What I was doing was bringing them down, and then putting it on the table, making sure You know, when you put on the table, imagine that's a table there, putting on the table, laying on the table, getting the legs even on the table, and then just it's ready to go. You can kind of feel it when you put it up. It just saves you time having to go click and then click and click. You know, you don't need to do that. It's such a robust little stove, and this is the Polaris, about 30 quid, I think it is. And it's regulated, and I'm not having any trouble with it. It uses less gas being regulated. It's extremely fast boiling. I mean, I can get a boiler for 1 cup of tea in 50 seconds, and I've done it over and over again. You can be lazy and do it in a minute, but that's a lot faster than a jet boil or an MSR wind burner. And by saying that, here's an MSR wind burner here. 130 quid, I think, something like that. I paid for it. It weighs 458 grams just with the plastic here and the cover on it and the handle and the stove inside. You know that because this is a really quite heavy unit. This part here, that's quite a heavy unit. It's got a lot of weight in it. And it'll be regulated as well. This is a regulated stove, I think. Nice quality. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. I've been using it for years. I replaced a jet boil, which I loved. The jet boil. I put some wire coming off it permanently and hung it on trees. It was brilliant. But my van got stolen, and my jet boil got stolen with it, and made thousands of cups of tea in it. And I liked it. I could highly recommend it. But it was the fact that I put some wire with a wee hook and I hang it on trees. It was such a lazy stove. Really liked it. But as far as weight goes, and as far as sort of a cheap but super good quality alternative, I can highly recommend these two items here. And I'll show you how lazy I am. I mean, this is... I just wrap a little bit of kitchen roll around this. It's nothing. I have a gas stove which I refill with one of those little valves that I refill a larger gas. So I keep it 3/4 full, didn't not even get the weight down. And I keep some sugar, some tea bags, and a lighter in a little bag. I throw that little bag in the bottom there. I then get the gas, which has got a space. I pop that in there. I then pop this, which is the stove. It sits right in the top. It doesn't matter. You want it a little bit just fit into and rattle about. You can actually make it so it's tight. You can get other things in there and then snap it down. And so that whole thing, let me just tell you. I've got a really nice scale here. And I'll tell you what it is with those, because obviously I'm weighing my own small lighter and sugar and tea, but that's 473 grams, 473 with the gas, with the stove, and with the pot, and enough for about five or 6 cups of tea. I would have thought 5. I would have thought that's what's in there. And then obviously you have this little baggy thing which weighs 17 grams. So you just throw 17 grams on top of that weight. But what do you think? What do you think about that? This is me as a person who does not work for or try and make money from channels. I can't be asked with that. Just this little baggy thing. I suppose it's handy. You could stick it in a sock if you were really desperate. But that's a nice small, and just look at this. Look at the weight. Look at the size difference. Now, just at a glance, look at the size difference between this one. So you can see that this and this. Now they're the same. It's pretty much the same width, maybe slightly, but it's quite a big difference in your bag. But the difference in weight starts to become this thing with gas in it and all the bits in it. It gets heavy. This is just, you can throw it in your bag and you almost don't notice you've got it in there. You've got to stick in a cup and you've got to stick in, I wouldn't take water. I actually find water when I'm out and about, keep the weight down. But I have a little bottle of milk, that I take with this. and that little bottle of milk just allows me to have a proper cup of tea, tea bag, milk, sugar. But this thing boils in under a minute for a full cup of tea. So quick, and there's no damage to it, and they're so fast to get it set up and put it away again. Brilliant thing. And I think I've just bought one for someone for the Christmas, and I think I got it in the Amazon sale. I did go with the Hornet that came with it because it was lighter and it was cheaper, and I think all in all, I think I paid 37 quid or something like that for the two items together, that was 130 quid for that MSR wind burner, and like it's it's amazing difference in price. So if you are in the market for a really nice lightweight 1 or 2 person noodles or tea making stove, spend 40 quid, ultra lightweight as well as very fast. I can recommend it, but I can also recommend a Jetboil or an MSR, and even the other alternatives. They all do a good job, but that one is faster. I would say it was probably, with that little stove shoved up in there with the little wind features and the bits blocking it. You can use that. You could use that as an extreme lightweight stove mountaineering, or you can use it in the town, or you can just have it with your kids and make them a drink. It does all the things, but under 40 quid. It's probably about the most effective, cheapest thing that you can get. And I know other people have said the same thing in the ultra lightweight category. They really like that, and I would recommend it too. So I'm going to watch the video back. There you go. And I'm going to just have one. I do get fueled on tea. And if this makes you laugh, have you seen Odd Job? I got Odd Job with a James Bond Odd Job. There you go. An Odd Job doesn't drink tea. Certainly not tea with milk and sugar. He might probably do some Chinese tea. But if we want some girl with fancy teapots and that doing it, bless you. And have a wonderful, wonderful time out there doing your outdoor stuff. Bye now.